If you are going to manage your business page by navigating through the main app, you have to ignore content that has been put there deliberately for you to get your attention and keep you on the platform. And I can tell you that vast majority of people will go to that main app and then find themselves scrolling. And before they know it, they've forgotten what they were doing. Hey there, and welcome back into the Direct Selling Accelerator podcast. This is another power episode from me, and I wanted to, in this episode, quickly share my 5 favorite apps or tools for 2023 going into 2024 that I think make a big difference to productivity, that are super helpful when it comes to social media content, and that make my life simpler. Now, I could have gone all technical with you, and I could have given you a list of tons of tools and apps that are out there right now. And maybe in another episode we will, because there is such incredible technology available at our fingertips. But for the purpose of this episode, I actually wanted instead to share 5 tools or apps that I personally use on a daily basis. And the reason I wanted to share these is because sometimes I think we overcomplicate what we're doing on social media. Now, I am one of those people who has had to simplify the complicated. I have got an extraordinarily busy life, from kids, family, through to business. And so when it comes to my social media management, which is a huge part of my responsibility, as it is yours in your business as well, we've got to think about how can we be productive but do good quality work all at the same time. Now, strategy is critically important. And so over the years, I have developed some strategies I've spoken about on this podcast, also within our memberships that we teach on a daily basis. And these are tools and apps that I use to help with those strategies. And I know they're going to help you too. Some of you may already use some of these, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about each one and how I personally use them on a daily basis. Again, I could go into so many different tools and so many different apps and programs that do really great stuff. But let's keep it really simple today and focus on the things that are going to help us with that daily planning, productivity, and management of our business. So let's dive on in. The very first app that I use on a daily basis, and I highly, highly recommend that you do too, which is, and by the way, most of these are completely free. I think possibly all of these are free. So this is another little bit of great news here. We don't have to go, sticking our hand into our back pocket in order to use these tools. But the very first one's actually provided by Facebook themselves. And this one is the Facebook Business Suite. Now, this is one that I think gets overlooked a lot because the Facebook Business Suite essentially directs you straight to where you need to go when you are running a Facebook business page. Now, this is a free app that you can download, again, provided by Facebook. And what's the purpose? Well, the beauty of this is you don't have to go through the Facebook app to get to your business page if you're using the Business Suite app. Now, this is a little app that looks like a blue Pac-Man on a white background currently. It's changed its look and feel many times over the years. It used to be a little yellow or orange flag. Now it's a Pac-Man. But the main thing about this app is it navigates you away from distraction. This is what I love most about this particular app. So rather than having to go through the Facebook app itself, find your business page, get through your personal profile, and of course be subject then to the rabbit hole that is the ultimate distraction, which is your Facebook feed, you can go straight to the things that you need to see really quickly. Now, one of the things we talk about in our memberships and our training a lot is the importance of planning your time effectively when it comes to running your business, particularly your social media in your business. Now, if you are doing a good job of this, you'll be doing short little stints of time each day, being super productive in this space. And so this is one of the tools that I use to stop me stretching that time out. I have tried many times over the years to go, no, it's okay, I'm going to ignore my feed. I'm going to go straight to my business page, manage my business page, do the things I've got to do, and then get out. The thing that you're forgetting, if you are planning on doing that, is that Facebook knows more about you a lot of the time than you know about yourself. It uses that algorithm to deliver you content that it knows you cannot help but look at. It is giving you this content every minute of every day. So if you are going to manage your business page by navigating through the main app, you have to ignore content that has been put there deliberately for you to get your attention and keep you on the platform. And I can tell you that vast majority of people will go to that main app and then find themselves scrolling. And before they know it, they've forgotten what they were doing. If that sounds a little bit familiar, then you might find the Business Suite app much more successful for you. The beauty of this is, number one, it does take you straight to your business page. Number two, it also has some features in there that allow you to really quickly manage the things you need to manage, such as you can schedule your content, which you can't do through the main Facebook app. You can check your messages. And if you've connected your Instagram and your Facebook together, you can see all of your notifications, messages, etc., in the one place for both platforms. So this will also save you oodles of time in that space as well. You've also got the ability to quickly check insights to see what's doing well, what's not. So again, there are so many really quick and easy things that you can do that will help you manage your business, help you manage your Instagram as well if you've got a professional profile set up, and it will lead you down the right path of productivity rather than down the wrong path of distraction. So that's my very first one that I definitely use on a daily basis and highly recommend that you do too if you're using your mobile phone to manage your pages. Okay, that's number one. Let's move on to number two. Now, number two for me was something that the beginning of the year I was very uncertain about, and I'm still have got some things that I've got lots of reservations about with this one, but its benefits are also huge. And so this is one that I would say I probably use, I'm not going to say on a daily basis, but certainly on a weekly basis, and for lots of different things. And it does save oodles of time, but you've got to be very careful with this one. This one is Chat GPT. Yep, you knew it was going to come up, right? Because it's 2023 and that's what's kind of taken over all of the conversations. Artificial intelligence. There are pros and cons here, but I'm going to throw it out there. If you haven't started using any artificial intelligence yet, whether it be ChatGPT or any of the other tools that you can use, I recommend that you at least get in and familiarize yourself a little bit with them. Why? Because number one, they're not going away. And number two, they are growing and fast. Every single day, we're seeing a new tool coming out that utilizes artificial intelligence to make our lives easier. Now, if you're sitting back going, I don't agree with artificial intelligence, I don't like it, so I'm not going to get involved with it, let me just caution you for a second. You not getting involved with it is not going to change the fact that this is huge and it is going to keep growing. What I suggest that you do is familiarize yourself with it and use the parts of it that are going to make your life easier. You don't have to be okay with everything, but I do suggest getting out there and familiarizing yourself so that you don't end up feeling completely left behind, perhaps as things develop and evolve. There are lots of mixed feelings around this. I totally get it, but ChatGPT also has some amazing benefits as well. The benefits for me are just simplifying that thought and creativity process from time to time. Where it can go really wrong is when we allow it to take over our authenticity, our personality, and our own thinking. You don't want to not put any of your thought process in, but there are times that we can absolutely use it for that top 10%, that last little bit where it can help us take an idea or a thought to the next level. The way that I like to use ChatGPT is if I've come up with a concept, but I really want to finesse or hone those ideas, it's a great place to go. So, for example, one of the strategies we talk about inside of our membership groups is content strategy planning sessions that you do every 3 months. I'm a really big fan of this because it helps you get your social media content mapped out ahead of time with your objectives in mind. It's the most successful way to create your social media content. But when you do this process, part of that is that for each category, you might want to come up with some ideas. Now, while you're going to do some of that, ChatGPT can also give you some great ideas as well. So, for example, one of those content categories might be lead magnets, or another one might be engagement questions. And so you can go to ChatGPT and you can type in, what are some good engagement questions I could ask on social media that would be of interest to a mum with children under 5 years of age who's working casually or part-time. The more information that you can give ChatGPT, the better. And the great news is you can ask it the question and then you can see what it gives you back and you can change the question and ask for some more results. So I love this because it takes your thought process, which is important to start with, and it can elevate it to the next level. You can also ask it for opinions, for thoughts, for advice, but I will say you've also got to be mindful because just because ChatGPT said it doesn't make it true. So it's great for ideas, but I really want you to apply your own personality and, of course, your own authenticity to all of your content. The other thing that it's great for is hooks. So sometimes I find if I need to come up with a title or a hook or a topic, ask it for the most popular topics right now around a particular interest. So it might be around gardening or cooking. What are some of the most searched questions right now around cooking for parents in the home or gardening or indoor plants? What are some tips I could provide in this space? Again, be really specific about what you're asking, but sometimes these ideas are inspiration and lead to the next level. So I would suggest use ChatGPT, not as your main source of content as far as I definitely wouldn't get it to write all of your posts for you. If you do ask it to create any content, make sure you edit it to make it your own. But for me, it's just a really great place for ideas and inspiration. So I like to use it for that purpose. You may find other ways to use it as well, totally up to you, but get familiar with this. It's a free tool and it's becoming more and more powerful every single day. So that's number 2. Number 3 is actually a tool that we put together for our members last year. And this has become not just my absolute favorite, but I'm so proud of what's been created here. So in conjunction with another amazing technical development team, we put together last year Oxano Social. Oxano Social was really a tool that we wanted to be able to provide, and I've been dreaming about this for years, for people in the direct selling industry who want to be able to schedule their content on a reliable platform to any of their social media platforms, that want content available to them that's relevant to the industry and also is going to be effective right here, right now. So we wanted things that were compliant. We wanted things that got results. We wanted things that worked along with our training. But in addition to that, we also wanted a platform that was going to be modern and bring into it some of those amazing tools that are out there right now, like artificial intelligence. So with working in conjunction with the amazing Multibrain team, we've put together last year Oxano Social. And this was created exclusively for people in the direct selling industry to support their businesses. Now, this is a tool that will allow you to schedule to any social media platform, including your Facebook groups, as well as create content from scratch, or you can use over 15,000 pieces of ready-made content created for this industry with this industry in mind. Our team is constantly adding to this as well every single day. And in addition, with the new upgraded version of this program, which we released about mid-2023, you now also have an artificial intelligence component in there as well, designed to do exactly what I just mentioned, which is to finesse what you do but not replace you. So, for example, you can write your caption to go with your post and then ask the artificial intelligence within Oxano Social 2.0 to finesse that caption, maybe make it more funny, make it less salesy. You can actually ask it to do a specific step for you to take and elevate that caption to the next level. So it's still your words, but it's just giving it a little bit of a lift. In addition to that, hashtags is one thing that is really challenging for people to get their heads around. So what I love about this new version of Oxano Social is the fact that once you've written your caption, you can then ask it, what are some hashtags I should put with this post? And what it will actually do is look at the caption that you wrote. It'll then look up trending hashtags that will be specific to that particular post and give you some suggested hashtags that you can include. And you can simply just say, yep, insert them all, and it will put all of those in, or you can take some out, edit, change, whatever you want to do. So it saves oodles of time in that space. The other thing, of course, that's fantastic about this, aside from the fact that you can now create reels and videos and all of this great stuff in there, is that it can be used on both a mobile app or on desktop. So this for me is absolutely something I'm so proud of that we've been able to put together for our members. We also were able to provide this at no additional cost to our members. So rather than it being something that you had to pay for like you would with many scheduling and social media content platforms, we gifted it to everyone who is a member in any of our programs, and it will stay free for our members in that way. So if it's something that you want to know a little bit more about and you definitely want that social media support, we'd love to hear from you. I'll put a little link in the chat so that you can find out a little bit more about our memberships and how you can be gifted Oxano Social as part of any of those memberships as well. So that's number 3. Let's talk now about number 4. Now, number 4 for me is actually a tool that I use that's not so much social media content related, but it definitely is productivity related. And this is a tool I've used for many years. I really enjoy this one. It's so simple, and there are so many different ways that you could do this. But this for me has been an absolute godsend and game changer over the years for someone who's got a pretty busy brain. And I'm a big believer in time blocking. This was a strategy and technique that was taught to me by my first ever mentor and business coach, who really encouraged me to focus when I was working on particular tasks in my business so that I didn't end up scatterbrained and all over the place and feeling like I'd been busy all of the time and not actually achieving anything. If you've ever finished a week, and I'm sure that you have, where you feel like you've done nothing but run and yet you haven't actually moved the needle anywhere in your business, well, I totally hear you. And so this is one of those spaces where I had to get really, strict with myself around how I use my time. You know, time is literally our most precious commodity. It's more precious than money. It's more precious than anything else because it's the one thing that we can't get back. And so particularly when it comes to running my business so that I can be there for my family and I can do all of these other things in life that are important as well, I need to be really thinking about how do I use that time wisely. And so time blocking was something that I got in the habit of doing. And time blocking is where essentially I will focus on one particular task for a 30-minute window, and I won't allow myself to do anything else during that time. This has been really effective for me, and this has been really effective for many of our members that we've taught this to as well. So essentially, the app I want to talk to you about today is an app that helps me with that time blocking and actually helps me quiet my mind a little bit. This app is called Tide, Tide. It does have a paid component, but I only ever use the free one. And the thing I love about this is it's got a little timer on it. So you can set that timer to whatever you want it to be. And it's got this great white noise that you can pick from. So you've got things like, ocean or rain on the roof or, cafe, coffee sounds, whatever works for you. And you can change it up. But what I'll do is if I know I absolutely need to spend 30 minutes on my emails and I need to get them cleaned out, this is a really big one for me, then I know I need to focus. And it can be really, really easy particularly when there's a task that you don't necessarily love to do. It's a little bit of a burden for you. If you get a distraction, come up to honor that distraction. So what I do is I block out my day and I say, right, I'm going to be doing 30 minutes of email. Or I might say I'm going to do an hour of email, but I'll break it into 30-minute time blocks. The reason I say 30 minutes is because our brain is actually at its best concentration level. It's actually for just under 30 minutes at a time. And then give yourself a little break and then come back. That way it doesn't feel like you've got this huge amount of time that you have to dedicate to a task that you don't necessarily enjoy. It's short, but you can actually punch a lot out. So I will set my Tide timer with some white noise in the background, and I will sit down and I will do nothing else but check through those emails. I won't answer my phone if it rings. If someone comes to the door, I'll let them know I'll be there. When I say comes to the door, if someone comes into my office, I'll let them know that I'll be available in however many minutes time and that they just need to give me a little bit of space so I can finish doing what I'm doing. And then the alarm will go off at the end of that time, and I can go have a break or ring the person back that rang or do whatever it is that I need to do. This in itself is a way of honoring your own calendar, making sure that you are staying productive and on task. You can use this for any task too. It could be reach outs. It could be training. It could be working with your team. It could be putting orders through. It could even be cleaning up your desk. Give yourself a time and stick to that time. I don't encourage going over half an hour in a block, but you could do 2 half-hour blocks, and I often will do that. I'll often block out an hour in my calendar, but then I'll set my Tide app for, say, 25 minutes, have a 5-minute break, get up, walk around, grab a drink, go to the bathroom, whatever it might be, and then come back and do my next 25-minute block. So Tide is an app I absolutely love. Okay, last but definitely not least is one app that I love to use for lots of different things. And this one actually can be used in conjunction with Oxano Social. But this app will not be new to you. I'm sure you've heard of this one before, but I want to encourage you to think outside the square with this one too. And that's Canva. I definitely use Canva on probably not a daily basis now because we've got Oxano Social and it does a lot of that for us. But I definitely use it on a weekly basis for things outside of social media as much as things within. For example, Canva has got templates that will work for literally anything, from resumes through to menus, through to ebooks. You can create recipes. You can create infographics, lead magnets. There's just so much stuff in that platform for you to create. The reason I love Canva so much is it provides you with so many different templates. And if you're someone who likes to get stock images, but you want to get ones that you're allowed to use that are free, that are high quality, high resolution, Canva is filled with them as well. So I do love using this program. It is, of course, usable on app or desktop. And although it's got a paid component, there is so much available in the free component as well. And I really absolutely love using this for all elements of my business as well as personally too. So, even things like creating a Christmas card. I love to do printed out Christmas cards every single year, and Canva is where we go to create them before we send them off to our printer. So really, there is so much you can do in there. So they're my 5 favorite apps. I do, however, want to throw a little bonus one in there as well for you today. And this is one I get asked about a lot. It is so easy to use, and it's a really great way, particularly if you are a leader and you're wanting to train team, or if you're wanting to demonstrate things on your computer, but you're wanting also to incorporate a human version of that and talk through some stuff. I've got a program that I've been using for years that I love, that's so easy, and now our whole team uses this as well, and it's called Loom. Now, this one is really fun to use because you can use it to do demonstrations on social media also. So, for example, if you want to share with your team or share with somebody, anybody, a particular feature, or maybe you want to show people how to use your website, or you want to be able to show your team or anybody like that how to place an order or how to use their product or whatever it might be. Loom is simply a piece of software. You can pay or you can use the free version where you hit the button on your computer. It brings up a little circle of you, so you can choose to have it of screen share and you, or just screen share or just video. I used to do a lot of our podcasts using Loom as well. So literally, it is a recording of you walking through screen or just you. And the great thing about this is it's really easy to use, and it provides you with two different ways of using the recording afterwards. You can it will give you a link that you can share with anybody, or you can download it, which is what I recommend if you're putting anything on social media. You can download the video to your computer and save it, then upload it organically to the platform, which is always advised because you're not sending people away from the platform via link, which we definitely don't recommend on social media right now. So Loom is a really easy way for you to record little walkthroughs, demonstrations, even another way for you to do recordings of you teaching something or talking through a particular strategy. So I do love Loom. It's a little bonus one I wanted to throw out there. I do use that on a daily basis, so it definitely fit within the apps for today. But that's it. They're the 5 apps plus a bonus one for you. We've got the Facebook Business Suite, Chat GPT with a couple of the ways that I use that, Oxano Social 2.0, Canva, and Tide for ultimate productivity. And of course, the bonus little throw in there was Loom. So hopefully one of those can really help you going into this next season, this next year, a little bit more productive than you left the last one. And if just one of these makes a little bit of a difference for you, then hey, it's win-win all the way around. So that's it from me. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming episodes and amazing guests from all over the globe that we will be interviewing. And of course, if you love this episode, please share it. Spread the love, guys. This is a free service that we provide to you so that we can impact this industry, and we need your help to spread the message. So free trainings all around. Share this with other people in your team, other friends in the industry that you think might get a little bit out of these tips and this advice today. That's it from me. Have an amazing week, and we'll see you on the podcast again next week. Bye for now. Thank you for joining us in this episode of the Direct Selling Accelerator podcast. If you love listening and you found that this was helpful for your direct selling business, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also check out the recommended video that's popped up on your screen right here. I look forward to seeing you again next time. Bye for now.